And you're off.
All right, cool. All right, so recording, awesome. Okay, welcome everyone to our very first Results Academy for 24 Fit. So this is week 1 of May for our boot camp. So this is a new thing we're introducing to help you navigate your way through all the information that you will learn over the next 4 weeks. And we want to challenge, because there's a vortex of information that you'll be getting. So, you know, you might be overwhelmed after last night's Wellness Wednesday of all the information that was shared, and that's normal. You know, you could be someone who follows trends. So it's challenging those thoughts from the trends that you've heard, like, you know, you totally cut out carbs or totally cut out this, totally cut out that. We're very different. So have an open mind and don't be hard on yourself, but trust in us coaches, because we'll be helping you wherever we can. And the more questions, the better that is. So if you've got questions, please ask. So tonight I am very, very excited to introduce. So let me just reverse back a bit. What we'll be doing is always having a guest join us so they can share with you what they did, how their lifestyle was before Herbalife, and then what it was like after starting Herbalife and what they achieved. So, and then give us a snapshot of what their day looks like. So hopefully that might answer a few questions you might have, and you can see if someone else has done it, it's not just us coaches telling you, you're hearing it from somebody else. So that's the purpose for this Results Academy. So I would like to introduce a very dear friend of mine, Ellen Murray, who's from the Sunshine Coast. Ellen's a mum of 4. Her husband's FIFO, so he only comes home on the weekends. And she lives on a property. So mum of 4, living on a property, basically like a single mother through the week. And she had no excuses and still achieved 25 kilos weight loss. Wait till you see her before and afters. I'm very excited to share Ellen's journey with you all. So Ellen, welcome. And thank you for agreeing to share with us tonight. So what we might do is, so this is Ellen's before, and these are her numbers. So Ellen's starting weight was 83 kilos. Her body fat percentage was 44.8. Now we went through the numbers with you all last night on Wellness Wednesday. So don't get too stressed out about this, because you know, we'll explain this more for those new people, but those who have been with us back to back on challenges, you'll be starting to get used to what we like to focus on. So we like to focus on the body fat and the muscle percentage more than the kilos. And also the visceral fat is another big one that we like to focus on. So you can see Ellen's metabolic age here, 55. Now, Ellen's the same age of a good year, 1973 model, Ellen and I. So she'd actually added on 10 years to her life because of how unhealthy her gut and her nutrition basically was. So, Ellen, on the next thing screen, I've got what you were suffering from. So do you want to share with everybody how you felt prior to starting Herbalife?
Absolutely. So as you know, I'm a mum of 4. So just before I went on to Herbalife, I just turned 45, and my youngest child then was 3. So I had low energy, I was tired, and also I was still recovering from a broken patella. So it prevented me from doing any form of exercise. And so I was in constant pain. I was getting headaches. My anxiety was quite high, so I was on medication. And even though I was eating relatively healthy, my portion control was out of control, basically, because when I stopped exercising, I didn't cut down on my food intake. Yes, I was a shocker for water, absolute shocker. I mean, Julie can relate, you know, being a POM, we are shocking for drinking, you know, it's always tea or coffee and things like that. And I used to drink a lot of black coffee and a lot of black tea. I'd often skip breakfast because I'd be rushing around in the morning to get the kids ready to go to school. And then, you know, I would, you know, pick throughout the day if I had time, but then I would cook a massive, you know, big dinner at night time, and into that, and I would eat more than my husband, and he used to say, oh my god, you eat more than me, you know. So yeah, so, and I, you know, I'd always been able to lose weight in the past if I did it through exercise, but it really wasn't a healthy way because I never maintained it after having the kids. So
yeah. So
yeah.
Ellen, can I just ask, did you think back then that you ate healthy? Like, was your perception of what you were doing, did you feel you were eating healthy?
I think, yes, I think so, in that, you know, in the back of my mind, I thought, oh yeah, no, this isn't too bad, but I'm eating too much. So I was aware of what I was doing. But I always, you know what it's like, you always find that excuse of, oh, but it's okay because I'm rushing around doing this, or I'm rushing around doing that, and I need the energy. But in actual fact, I obviously wasn't absorbing it because I didn't have the energy, and I was so tired all the time and cranky, like ridiculously cranky.
So, and can I ask, so you said you skipped breakfast, so were you someone who then didn't eat and maybe just rushed something in for lunch? So you skipped morning tea, didn't really have lunch, skipped afternoon tea, and then just did a big meal at your main meal at night time. So that was, did you eat after your main meal at night time, or?
No, I've never been one of those people that has supper or anything like that. I usually have my meal around at 6:30 at night, and then I'd be done then until the next day. But I, you know, one of my biggest problems would have been that I would grab a packet of chips or something like that, you know, on the way to pick up the kids, or, you know, or like a protein bar of some sort, but not the good protein bars at all, you know, the ones absolutely full of sugar.
Yep, no, that's awesome. All right, so this is Ellen now. So Ellen lost 25 kilos and then her body fat. So look at that, how it dropped. Her muscle, she gained muscle, which is super important, and especially as we age, we want to be, you know, maintaining that muscle and building our muscle. Her metabolic, basal metabolic indicator went down, which is great. Her metabolic age, check that, went down 23 years. That's incredible. Everyone likes that. We want to go backwards in birthday, especially with when you're getting up there in the age. Visceral fat went down 4 points. So we know healthy range is between 1 and 8. So before you were on 8, so you were just on the edge, you know, the cusp of healthy. So that's not too bad. I've seen people with higher visceral fat percentage than that. So you weren't terribly like in the danger zone, but how good is that you came down 4 points? And in total you lost 50 centimeters. So you said from your 3 major areas, so is that your chest, around your waist, and then hips? Just those 3 areas? Yeah. So that's awesome. Just incredible. And your before and after photos, it just, oh wow. Like, and how many dress sizes have you dropped? You did tell me and I've forgotten. It's
almost 4 now.
Yeah.
With the reshaping and everything. So, which is just I can't believe it, because, you know, I turned 45 and I kind of thought, oh my God, this is it. I'm going to be fat and frumpy for the rest of my life. So, and then I thought, I don't want to be that fat and frumpy mum, because when my kids graduate from high school, I don't want their friends to think that I'm their grandma. I want them to think that, oh, there's my mum.
Look at you now. They'll think you'll be like Stifler's mum.
Yeah.
So, okay, so once you got going on the Herbalife, so, you know, everyone's different when they feel a shift. So everyone's different with the detox stage. So when do you reckon you felt that energy improvement? Like, was it within the first week? Was it in a few days? Like, what was it for you? Because everyone's different.
I was a very, very difficult client. And Michelle, my mentor, would totally agree with that. So I was very skeptical, and because I'd never done anything like this before. So it did take me a little while. I started off on a Glow Lean, which I did get some instant results straight away. So I had some centimetre loss and that, and I did feel better. The one thing I did kick within probably the first month was my antidepressants, and I went on to the doctor. which is a huge thing because I'd been on them for 4 years.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I was kind of getting anxious at the fact of being on medication for so long. So that was one of the big kickstarters for me, was getting off the antidepressants because I was starting to feel better. You know, and I would say within about a month or so, that's when I felt a shift in
your energy levels.
Energy, and I started absolutely. And you know, probably after a good month, my headaches went. And then it was probably after I know for a fact I'd hit that 16 kilo loss. And I decided then that because the pain in my knee had reduced so incredibly, I was able to start walking. So we did a hike up Mount Nindri, which I thought I was going to die. And I thought, oh my God, I can do this. And I haven't stopped. You know, apart from COVID now, there's not a week that I've missed going up Mount Nindri. So, you know, so it would have been, so the energy improvement was within a month or so. The anxiety tablets coming off those were within a month. Obviously, the exercise was probably 3 or 4 months, and then the headaches were gone probably after a couple of weeks. You know?
So awesome.
Yeah.
You can't explain it. You feel like a cheesy infomercial sometimes. So
yeah, you do.
Yeah. So just now, if we can go through what your habits and routine changed to once you were on Herbalife and started to trust the products and trust the process. So it does become like second nature, especially if you do back-to-back challenges and boot camps. That support there and reassurance and hearing the same thing over the time helps build those new habits. So if you can just go through what now has become second nature for you.
So first thing in the morning, I get up, I have a glass of aloe water, and I take my supplements. And I do have my coffee. It's just one of those things that I just have. And then after about an hour, I have my smoothie, and I have a herby tea. I put a jug in the fridge, a 2-litre jug of water, and I drink one and a half of those every single day. So it's just routine now that I drink my 3 litres of water.
Can I just
have this size mug, and I would have, oh, sorry, yep.
No, I was just going to intervene with the water because you said you were terrible with your water before. So a lot of people think to start implementing having the right amount of water. So how was it hard for you, and what was the trick that you used to make sure you got that water in? Was there something special for you that helped you do that?
It was hard for me, but the mandarin aloe was an absolute lifesaver. And I didn't even drink soft drink, but I just find water really boring. So, you know, like now I'm addicted to the grape aloe, and I don't, you know, I've got a glass always. But yeah, so it was difficult at first, but I got the mandarin aloe, and I just made myself do it. I made myself create the habit of drinking my water every single day.
Yeah.
And then I moved, you know, and then I incorporated the tea. And then I always have, so I kind of have like 5 meals a day now, but they're little, you know. So I have my smoothie, I have a morning tea, which can be a couple of rice crackers with a little bit of avocado and tomato. And then at lunch I'd have another smoothie, but it'd be the Formula One, but it could be with yogurt or and mix up into a mousse, or I'll make a bowl cake. I like to change the way I have my shakes or smoothies or bowl cakes or whatever, because I like variety. And then I'd have maybe like a protein bar in the afternoon, the Herbalife ones, because that's so good when you're, you know, rushing to pick the kids up from school, and you just need that little bit of pick me up. And then I would have a normal meal at night time, but my portion control went from like a plate like this, and now I have it on a plate like this. And I swapped out, like I'm a potato lover. My husband always used to take the mickey when I did a roast, because I would do roast potato, roast pumpkin, mashed potato, every single type of potato. Now I don't have white potato. It's a very, very rare occasion. We always have sweet potatoes, and if I do a curry, then we have brown rice and quinoa. And also I swap out pasta now and again, and have that with zucchini or with eggplant, and
Yeah.
so you kind of change your mindset into everything, because you're investing in your health. Well, then you invest in what you buy from the shops, and then you pass that on to your family, because you want your family to feel as good as what you do. So
absolutely, yeah. It's those little and the intent that you're doing this for you. Why waste your money if you're on the products? You want to be doing the right thing to help move it forward. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. And I love that you said you still do your little treats, like you have your wine and cheese, so you don't have to miss out. It's just changing things, and you can still treat yourself, but it's not every day indulging. It's having more balance with everything.
And Christmas is a prime example, because you're entertaining, you've got visitors coming, and so I did. So I must admit, over the Christmas period, I still lost weight. And on the days that we were entertaining, I would just have a shake for breakfast, and then I would just indulge slightly, but it wasn't a case of going and having full-size portions of everything. And then the days that we didn't have visitors, I would go back to my full program. But there's never a day that I miss my supplements or my water intake or my tea,
That's the secret, isn't it? It's consistency. It's everything in life, isn't it? Like, if you want to do well, it's consistency. That's awesome. So now let's talk about what products you started on, because everyone's different with how they start, and there's no right or wrong way of starting. So you start on what's right for you. So everyone's different. So everyone who started boot camp is kind of, some people are still deciding if they're going to get started on products. But Ellen, for you, you started because you joined a Glow Lean challenge. That's right, isn't it? That's how you first came into it. So the products that you got started on was the Mint Choc F1 shake, the Glow Lean mix. So that's the 3 products: our herbal beverage, our aloe, and the active fiber. And then you also did Tonkai. So that shows that you spoke to your coach, and she kind of tailored what was right for you. So your anxiety for the Tonkai, that's why I'm assuming Michelle got you to get onto that. So just talk us through that. So you started on those products. How did you find, what were your first thoughts when you first started, and did you find it hard to implement into your life because you're a busy mum? Or
no, I didn't actually. I found it really easy because I didn't have to think about it. Michelle gave me the instructions of what to do on the Glow Lean, and because I do like challenges, so there's a little bit of a competitive streak there. Some of you may have noticed, but so that was okay. I mean, at first it was kind of like, oh my God, I've got to drink 3 litres of this. And I'll tell you now, I know every single toilet stop from here to, because man, do you we. And then the mint chocolate was, I had a sample of it, and I thought, and it also, because, at that stage I was like, oh, but there's this in it and there's that in it. And it was, there was no artificial flavorings and colorings. And I don't know why I was worried, because of what else I'd eaten beforehand. But, we all become an expert, don't we?
Yeah.
So I found that, and I loved it with the, with banana and water and ice, and made it nice and thick. And I'm not keen on watery, runny shakes. I like mine a bit thicker. And then, of course, the Tonkai, within a few days of taking that, I just, it was incredible. I was sleeping so much better. And I don't know, I just had this, sorry,
No, sorry, I cut you off. I was just going to say, with the Tonkai, because you were taking it for anxiety, how often did you take it? Were you just taking 1 3 times a day, or how were you taking it?
Yes, I was taking it as per the instructions on the tub. And then I would find that if I was feeling a little bit anxious, or the kids were driving me mental, then I'd pop another 1 or 2. And it's really bizarre. It just helped straight away. And then I always take 2 before I go to bed, because it just helps me just calms my mind and my body and gives me a restful sleep. So it's really good.
That's awesome. So
yeah,
then you said to me you introduced some extra products then after a few weeks. So
yes.
what difference did you notice when you introduced the personal protein powder and the cellulose, especially like with your goals that you had, your weight loss goals? Did you notice a difference quite fast when you introduced those products?
Yes, I did. From the moment I introduced those 4 extra products, I was consistently losing weight every single week, even, sorry guys, but around the time of my month. So, sometimes you can put on a little, 200 grams or 300 grams around your period. Once I started taking the cellulose, and now and again I would just take a little bit extra around ovulation and that, and I never ever gained weight. Like, I consistently just lost weight every single week, and I was blown away. Like, I thought, wow, this is incredible. And that's when people started to notice then, because I was, every week I'd see them at soccer, they'd be like, oh my god, you've lost more weight, and
that's the best feeling, isn't it, when people notice? That's awesome. So, and then you said as your discount grew, then because people were seeing what you were doing and then saying, we want what you've got. So you were introducing, so like an ambassador, you weren't actually doing it as a business then, you were just introducing people and getting them started. Yeah. So then you pretty much got on an ultimate program then and added Chitosan, Herbalife Line and Roseguard. So that's awesome. And that's the thing, that's the beauty with people seeing your results and you're feeling great. So you're speaking from your heart, and people just, it's contagious. So people want to do what you're doing and to be able to help other people. And you don't necessarily have to coach people. That's what us coaches are here for. So we can help you and help your friends and family when they want to get started. So don't be overwhelmed by that at all. Share the love. We always say share the Herbie gift, and help other people feel fantastic as well. So, and you've also said you've never missed a day of your sups and your shakes and drinking your 3 litres. So once again, back to that consistency. So if you do it every day, it really does make a huge difference. That's awesome. So I just want to touch on exercise. Look at these photos, like unbelievable, hot mama or what. So a lot of people think for weight loss it just has to be, flog yourself at the gym, hours on the treadmill, or crazy CrossFit training and bugger themselves with injuries because they've gone too hard. But like, I really wanted to highlight, what was your exercise like beforehand? I know you've said you just enjoy exercise now, so you make sure you don't miss it, but were you someone who was really flogging yourself before, or you weren't really worrying? I know you had your broken patella, so you couldn't do anything then, but prior to that, just explain your exercise. And
so prior to breaking my patella, I was running 3 times a week, doing 5Ks in 30 minutes, and that had been a target, because I obviously, after having Kobe, I was like 93 kilos or something when I was fully pregnant with him. And so I kind of got back down to 69 kilos, I think it was, from running. And I did enjoy it, but it wasn't something that I could, I really had to force myself to go and do it, to be honest. And then of course I broke my patella and it just went all out the window. And I thought I'd never ever be able to. Sorry?
No, it's just
so I used to drop the kids off at school, and I used to do a 5K. Yeah, and so I would do a 5K run around the school, and then I would go, because I've worked from home ever since Kobe was a baby. So I would go and do my run in a half an hour, hop in the car and get home and start work around 9 o'clock. So, so I've always been quite disciplined when I've been in the right mindset.
Yeah, that's awesome. I just love those photos though. Just incredible. So, reshaping is just unbelievable.
Have I lost you?
Yeah. So always on Results Academy, whenever we have a special guest, I always will be sharing their favourite recipe. Now, Ellen is famous for her bowl cakes, her Herbie bowl cakes. They are unbelievable and they always look so delicious. Just makes me want to jump through the screen and eat them. They're so good. So this is Ellen's recipe. So take a snapshot of that and start creating your bowl cakes at home. Ellen has made a little video, so I'm going to get her to send that to me so I can share it within our 24 Fit page. And then you can all watch her as she creates her masterpiece. It's an awesome little video. So now I'm just going to go through, so all the products that Ellen spoke about, I'm just going to showcase and talk a bit more. So, you know, take notes and get back to either Ben, Ralph, or myself, or whoever's your coach. Get back to your coach and make a note of the products that you're thinking of getting. I know we really promote the breakfast pack, so we went through that with Wellness Wednesday, and that's also the pack that's the minimum for the 21-day challenge. So you all know that. So our F1 shake is our primary, it's our core nutrition product that Ellen started on. So it's giving you 21 minerals and vitamins to support your daily needs. So important, and it's got 9 grams of protein in it as well. So many amazing recipes that you can do with these. And like Ellen said, you don't just have to have it in a shake. There's lots of ways to have that. So we can share more of that. But it's so important that you get this product. I know for myself too, this product was key, one of the keys to fixing my gut health, so I was absorbing my nutrients. So you really need to get that into you. Then Ellen started on the Glow Lean mix. So that's the 3 products there. So typically our recipe is making it up in a 1 litre bottle. So I've just got that on the side, how much you need for that. But once again, you know, get back to one of us coaches and we can help you with that. But the active fiber is a soluble and insoluble fiber. So that's so important because it kind of does like the swoop through your system, dragging the fatty deposits out, but also giving you the fiber to help you keep regular and everything like that. So really important product to have. Apple flavor, this one, so you can have it as a hot beverage by itself, kind of like a herbal tea as well. But very important, we all need more fiber in our diets. Our herbal aloe is like a cleansing, soothing shower on the inside. So it also helps regenerate that villi that Ralph talked about last night on Wellness Wednesday. So the aloe is great for so many things. And like Ellen was saying, it gives a taste to your water. If you're someone who struggles to have your water, pop the aloe in and you'll be fine. Our herbal beverage, there's 3 flavors with that. 2 of my favorites, I love the peach cold, and it's like a peach iced tea. And the cinnamon, I love, it's like a hug in a cup. And because I can't hug people at the moment, I'm having lots of cinnamon tea. It's my only hugs that I'm having at the moment, besides my kids. I think they're getting sick of the smothering hugs from me. And the instant herbal beverage, it's thermogenic. So it's working and burning that fat while you're drinking it. So, you know, we typically say try and have 3 cups of hot tea if you can before lunch, like have that in the morning, but you can have it cold as well and drink it throughout the day. So that's those products that Ellen started on, as well as the Tonkai. So this is the one that helped Ellen with her anxiety. It's so good for so many things. So it helps with having a restful sleep. It's great for those ladies' problems that we have, you know, PMS or cramping that ladies get before and during a period. So menopause as well, it's great for so many things. My boys would take this before an exam to help calm them as well for an exam. So many things you can use this product for. Then Ellen upgraded and added in her protein powder. So this is just a product to add to your shake. It helps sustain you as well. So if you're someone who was feeling a little, so if you haven't started yet and you start to think, oh gosh, I'm getting hungry and it's not sustaining me until morning tea, talk to your coach and we can add in the protein powder because it helps keep you fuller for longer. It's giving you extra protein and it's flavorless, so you can add it to anything. I make a dip and put the protein powder in. So many things you can do with these products. You can add it to your bolognese, any kind of cooking. So this one is great. The other product that Ellen added was the multivitamin. Now, typically the shake and the multivitamin go together. So I love that Herbalife have been kind to us and put the yucky tasting bits in the multivitamin, so it doesn't make the shakes taste horrible. So our shakes taste amazing because of that, and you can just pop the capsule and you don't get that yucky taste. But the other great thing that I love about our multivitamin is it's graded. So you know every capsule that you're having is got the same amount of goodness in it as what you had yesterday, where some of them at the chemist you could be getting, and you know, today you're getting 5 milligrams and the next day you're only getting 1. Like, it's hickledy-pickledy. So you are guaranteed to get the same amount every day with our multivitamin, which I love. That's a top-notch product there. NRG was the other one that Ellen got onto. So Ellen, can I just ask you, did you start this one for the energy? Is that why you got on this one? Just to help boost you, get you through the day?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I can't believe how good my memory is since I've been taking it. So whether it's just a combination of everything, but yeah, I don't know. I just have so much more mental clarity. It's unbelievable. Which
it is great. I suffer with a foggy brain with my MS, and I love this product. It definitely helps me keep on top of things with that. So yes, NRG is great. Oh, sorry, I've gone backwards. NRG is great. So it's natural raw guarana. So a lot of people get a bit freaked out about the guarana because it's put in so many yucky energy drinks and everything like that. But ours is the natural raw guarana. So it's better for you. It's such a good energy lift and natural way to get that lift that you don't need those energy drinks to do that. And then the cellulose was the other product that you introduced. So a lot of people, if they haven't started on this with challenges that we've had before, they start on the cellulose and they may not change on the scales weight-wise, but they drop centimetres because you know, it balances the water in a healthy way within your system. And especially us ladies, we tend to hold water in certain areas of our body, and this helps reshape you. It really is, what do we call it, girls? The panel beater in a bottle.
Yes.
It's an awesome product and really helps with that long distance flights, and you get that water retention. If you've been on a flight or in a seminar, you take this product and you don't have that problem. So such a wonderful product. They're all awesome, but you know. So I'm just going to I can't find the gallery now. So that is it. Thank you so much, Ellen. I'm just going to try and stop share.
Just hold the cursor at the top there, Nat.
Yeah, it's hiding on me.
Yeah, move the cursor.
Here we go. Stop share. Found it.
Okay.
There we go. Thank you so much for sharing, Ellen. And if you have any questions, please get back to us coaches. But I hope that's given you a little confidence that you can do it as well, and it's not as scary and as overwhelming, and just bite sizes. Just do, like, if it's the water you need to improve on, just concentrate on that and nail that, and then, you know, we can look at something else. But honestly, if you've got any questions or concerns, get back to us coaches, because that's what we're here for, to help you. And please know that you've got to trust in the process and trust in the products, and you will achieve what you're looking for. So thank you everybody for joining in our first ever Results Academy. Thank you, Ellen, for joining us and sharing and being so open and honest with your journey. And can't wait to see you all and see the flip side of this challenge, to see how you all come out. So it's very exciting. So thank you everyone for joining us, and talk to you all later.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.